Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Let us know how you're doing, what you're reading, what you're eating, how your week has been. And I will start with these ladies up here. Blake, what you got?
I am just going to hang out for a little bit. I have got to go. I have an author event with Sherry LaPena and Laura McHugh tonight. They're in conversation together. Sherry is a Canadian thriller writer, and Laura is a local, but she's a best-selling author, but she's also local to me, and she writes thrillers. So they are in conversation tonight. So I'm going to hang out with you guys for just a little bit and say hi and everything, and then I'm going to head out. But I'm not really reading anything right this second, but I probably will put a couple of drills down on this bird canvas before I leave tonight.
Nice.
So yeah. What you got going on, Fiona?
I've got the new Sherry LaPena on my TBR for August, by the way.
It's good.
I'm looking forward to it.
I love her.
Cool.
Sorry, Fiona, go ahead.
No, you're fine, Sarah. It's good. I finished Dakota Home by Debbie McComber.
Wonderful.
So really enjoyed it. It was a good second book in a trilogy. I then picked up Nellie Brooks's The Mendocino Book Club. Mm-hmm. And this has started really well. It's about a lady who herself and her husband have bought what was her childhood home in Mendocino, and they arrive and she gets a phone call that the moving truck is stuck in the mountains, and her husband then turns around and says, "Oh, by the way, I want a divorce. The house is in my name, so I'm keeping the house, and here's the car, and off you go."
Wow.
And I'm like, you. So she kind of she goes into town, and she's like obviously upset, and it's what's happening to her now from there. I was like, I'm hoping he's going to get his comeuppance. So that's what I'm reading. Dinner tonight was pork with some roasted veggies, and potatoes. So that was very, very nice. So that's all that's been happening. Sarah, how about you?
I am reading still A Convenient Amish Bride by Lucy Baer. I actually started that on Monday when I was doing my sprints, and I just haven't been reading with my eyeballs. It's been month end. It's been crazy busy at work. So my goal is actually to finish that during the sprint tonight, because I'm like 70% of the way through. Mm-hmm. And then I did start last night. What is it called again? The goat book. Tiffany, help me. An escape goat.
Oh,
yes.
Yay!
So I'm two chapters into that one, and I'm enjoying it so far. And dinner tonight is Panera, because there's one by my husband's work, and when I dropped him off at work, I picked it up on the way through, so I'll be having a turkey sandwich and some soup for dinner. What about you, Emily?
Well, I just finished 30 minutes ago, This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me. Yay! And then I've been reading this at night because I needed something lighter at night. So I've been reading Just for the Cameras by Megan Quinn. Can we talk about how pretty those sprayed edges are? And did I break book buying of I need to slow down a book buying? And did I just order and did it just arrive just for the plot because those pretty sprayed edges got me? Yes, why yes, why yes. So that's what I'll be reading, but I also need to update my reading spreadsheet and journal to reflect what I just finished, and then I need to get my planner life together. I have a teaching planner, but then I have my own personal planner, and I need to transfer important meeting dates in my teaching planner into my personal planner, so I don't schedule doctor's appointments after work during this is a day where I have a faculty meeting and I can't, I have to go to that. And then I got the calendar for one of my classes. So I want to put down here's when I have to be online for Zooms that week and when assignments are due. So yeah, fun times. How about you, Tiffany?
I am reading, I finished Spying in High Heels. It's the first book in the, I don't know what the series is called, High Heels Cozy Mystery series by Gemma Holiday. I really, really loved it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I probably would have been a 5-star, but there was something in there that was annoying me. Like something that like she needed to do and just kept putting off and to the point where I was annoyed about it. But otherwise, seriously, a 5-star read. But I will say, I don't know that I would classify it as a cozy. It very is reminiscent, and I'm not saying that like one is copying the other, but I'm just saying it feels very much like a Stephanie Plum type of book. And I really, really enjoyed it. And then I'm reading Crime Rangoon. It's the 12th in the Noodle Shop because I want to read the 13th when it comes out. So I'm reading number 12 right now. And then so that's on audio. And then on ebook, I am listening to A Broth of Betrayal, which is the second book in the Soup Lovers Cozy Mystery series by Connie Archer. And then I do have a romantic suspense going, and I think it's called Ember or something like that, or Amy, or something like that. So, yeah. So,
Have any of you heard of this series?
no.
Okay, this is a cozy mystery set in Britain. Okay,
Oh,
this is book number 2. And when it says Princess Elizabeth Spy, it's set during the Second World War. They mean Princess Elizabeth, who then became Queen.
oh, okay.
Seriously, I romped through this. It was really, really it's a fun cozy mystery. I have another 2. I happened to pick this one up from our local Tesco's. They've got a couple of bookshelves for used books, and I picked this one up. Then I noticed that they had the next 2. This is book 2. But if you're looking for a British cozy mystery, the Second World War, I could recommend that one.
Very good.
So how long do you think it'll take you to knit your hat, Sarah?
Oh, probably at least a month, maybe more, because I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Emily, do you have the newest Megan Quinn, like in physical format?
Just for the plot?
No, the summer one. Or no, am I thinking somebody else?
There is a summer one where like she's a candy shop owner.
That's the one I'm talking about.
I don't have that one only because what?
I mean, I was going to say if you want it, because I bought it and I know for a fact I'm not going to read it. It's got sprayed edges and pictures.
I will
Send
take
me
it.
your address. I'll get it to you in the post in the next few weeks, my love.
Oh, thank you.
I'd rather go to somebody who's going to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Where should I message you so that way you get
Send it to me on WhatsApp.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm just a little
Cool. All right. Well, let's see what we got going on in the comments. Mary Jo said, just hopping on to hit the thumbs up. I'll be at my niece's house by the time you're on. See everyone next time. Oh, I hope you have a great visit. I know you're gone. So Dina said, hello, everyone. I'm reading Homicide in hardcover in the Bibliophile series, Storm's favorite. Kim says, hey, y'all. Lunch was popcorn, shrimp, and french fries. Not sure what I'm reading. May do a poll and let you all decide on Discord. Ooh, what are the options?
I'll go and look and see what the options are, Tiffany. I'll tell you.
Okay. Anita said, hey, everybody. Today I'm reading 2 books. The first one is Bodies and Battlements by Elizabeth Penny. And the second one is Feels Like Family by Cheryl Woods. Nice.
Okay, right. The options are Death of a Perfect Wife, Hamish Macbeth, number 4. Murder Most Bookish, a gripping, cozy English crime mystery full of twists. Blueprint for Murder, an Orchard Grove mystery. It kind of looks autumnal. The Full Christmas in July Cozy Mystery Series Collection by Maisie Marple. Complete 7-book old school diner cozy mystery by Constance Barker. And the Ferngrove Cozy Mystery Series books 1 to 6 by Abby Reed.
Well, if you want a cozy and they sound like they're on KU, I just finished one on the other day, The Fish and Chip Shop Detectives. It was the first in the series. It's on KU, and it was delightful.
Who's it by?
It is by Jenny Kane, Kane.
Kane. Okay.
It's so good, Tiffany. It like the Cornish Coast, a fish and chip shop.
Oh,
Delightful. Delightful. And
Kim,
it's on audio as well.
Kim, I'm voting for the Mona Marple because I've read the first 2 books in that series and absolutely love them. They're brilliant.
I'm voting for the diner cozy.
Yeah, I thought Tiffany would go for diner. I'm going to go Christmas in July.
Christmas in July, the same as you, Sarah.
That's funny.
The fish and chips, I got it. That is not what I expected the cover to look like. Interesting.
Isn't it cute though?
It is cute, yes.
And there's going to be 5 in the set.
Oh, okay. I got it marked. Thank you. Cajun said, I'm reading Sweet Music, Scottish Lock Romance, number 3. Very nice. Jill says, hi, everyone. Last week was a rough week work-wise. When I'm stressed, I either stress, eat, or buy books.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So how many books did you buy?
Yeah.
I once drove past my apartment in a bad snowstorm to go to the store to get frozen deep dish pizza, a pint of Ben & Jerry's, and a bottle of wine. That's how bad that day was.
Understood.
Yeah.
And Sarah, I just messaged you.
Got it. Like I said in the message back, give me a few weeks.
Okay. No. Well, thank you.
I'll let you know when it gets sent out so you know when to expect it.
Okay.
Right.
Esther Jane said, just about finished with A Proud Woman. Tabitha and Wolf Mystery by Sarah Noel. Loving it. We'll definitely read the next one. Very nice. Dash Girl says, hello. I'm reading Chase Me If You Can. I haven't been feeling well all weekend. Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry, Dash Girl. I hope you feel
Feel
better.
better soon.
And Cajun said, Jill, I hope this is a less stressful work week for you. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Book Nerd Garcia says, hi, ladies. I'm listening to Hymns and Homicide by Elizabeth Penny. That's the cookbook apron shop series, right? I think I read the first one in that.
Your image is absolutely delightful.
Yeah,
That's cute.
That looks
is
like
very
my Presley.
It kind of sounds like you have a channel. Do you have a channel?
Please
Because
let
if
us
you do,
know.
we want to know so we can follow you.
100%.
There's the Hymns and Homicides.
Yep, that's the one I was thinking of, the apron shop. Yep.
Mhm. And she's just announced there's a new one coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Cajun said, Dash Girl, I hope you feel better soon. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Esther Jane said, it's a chicken nugget night. Very
I
nice.
love it, Esther.
Angela said, hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm reading A New Lease on Death. Oh, I hope you really like it. I liked that one. And The Old Girls Island Getaway by Kate Galley. I like that title. Audiobook is Murder at the Gull's Nest by Jess Kidd. Very nice. Jill said, I got the Antique Hunter's Guide to Murder and Antique Hunters on the Red Sea, both by C.L. Miller and Kristen Harmel's latest Meet Me in Paris. Nice. Yes, I hope your work week goes better. I'm sorry, it's stressful. Meg said, evening all. I'm currently reading Evergreen Conservatory by Heather Schneider. Very nice. Hope you're enjoying. I also got Magazine Antiques. They had articles on folk art, which I love. Very awesome.
cool.
Don't know how to do a poll. I posted pictures of my options in general. Help. Like I said, my vote is for the Cozy Diner.
I'm Christmas in July.
Me too.
So let us know in the comments if you go and look at the poll, and just you can let us know on here or let him know. Hope you are feeling better soon to Dash Girl. Absolutely. I also have a copy of Just for the Cameras as I couldn't resist the flamingos.
Oh.
Yes, agreed.
No, I've read 1 and 2. I need to get back to them. Jill said, thanks, Keisha. Unfortunately, I highly doubt it since previous layoffs, the phones have been insane. They're offering overtime, which I'm taking advantage of. Yeah, that's a lot, Jill. Megan Quinn did also write Just for the Summer, which I already have, but haven't read yet. Dash Girl, I hope this is a better week from Kim. Fiona said, Kim, I'm looking forward to the other ones I have. I loved Homicide in hardcover, and Kate Carlisle's series is amazing. And Kim said, problem is, I've got to get these off my KU.
Oh,
Yeah.
so me giving you new suggestions wasn't helping. My apologies.
I'm just giving you another option, Sarah.
I'm just enabling as one does,
You can keep 20 books on your KU.
right?
Yes. I'm still reading 2 ebooks, Anne of Green Gables and Murder by the Millions by Daryl Wood Gerber. And Kim said, these are not all I have on KU, just the cozies. Total books is my 20. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Dash Girl said, I'm finding it cold, which is annoying because it's the summer. Yeah. And summer colds are horrible. I saw where Cajun said the same thing, but the eye watering and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they also they tend to last a wee bit longer as well.
Yeah, I have a dentist appointment on tomorrow at 9 a.m, and it's the 3rd appointment that has been made this summer because the first appointment they called and they're like, we have to reschedule. Your hygienist is sick, so we rescheduled it. And then the reschedule appointment, I get a text that day, and they're like, we need to reschedule. The other hygienist is sick, so I called and I was like, I want it for like this was last week Monday. I was like, I want this for next week because clearly something is going around in your office and I want it out of the office before I go in there.
Yeah.
Quite right.
My coworker who drives me to work, she drove me to work on Thursday, which was super nice. And she was sounding a little hoarse, but she had literally just come back from Vegas the day before. So I'm like, she was yelling at the slot machine. She went and saw RuPaul in concert. So she was probably, you know what I mean? So then on Friday, she calls me. She was in a different office, and she sounds like death warmed over. She goes, I'm sick. And I'm like, I'm going to kill you because we were in a car together.
Right?
I'm sorry. And I was just joking. I'm like, it's not your fault. This
No.
happens. I totally get it, especially when you're traveling.
Yeah.
Mm. Jill said, also physical books, Single Girls by John Searles. The Heir of Whitestone, Theo of Golden, Salty by Kate Myers, Beach House Rules, The Heart of Christmas, and My Dearest Friend. You have quite the array going, Jill.
We do.
Hey, Pat, she says, hey, everyone, reading Mothers of the Bride Murder by Leslie Meyer. 69% in. We are having severe thunderstorms and power is going in and out. Oh, boy.
So are we.
I hope you are doing well, my friend.
Yeah,
Thanks, Meg.
There were several tornadoes that went through my hometown on Monday.
Oh my gosh.
And there are some people still without power there.
Oh, gosh.
And like they have, and the thing is they have people from like power companies from out of state also helping to get power back up and running. That's how many tornadoes went through, how many people were impacted. So.
We are caught up in comments. So I think I'm going to hop into a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Our theme today is diners, drives-in, and no dives.
Cool.
So,
oh, that's cute.
That's
Oh,
cute.
nice.
Punch buggy, no punchbacks.
Yes, I love Volkswagen Beetles.
Mm-hmm.
My dad had one when they first came out, and they would get run off the road.
Oh.
Because they were a German-made vehicle, and this was not too far after World War II. And so, sentiment was, we don't like anything German-made, and so they would get run off the highways.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Is everybody good with reading to the top of the hour?
Absolutely.
All righty, friends. Happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
How was everybody's sprints?
Good. Do you see, okay, Emily backstage?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was not where I could see my computer because I was reading on it.
That's okay. I accidentally closed myself out because I was doing things on my computer and clicked X and closed the internet instead of the tab.
Happens to all of us.
Yep.
I was just working on just last minute things, and yeah. How'd you do, Sarah?
I read 3 chapters of the Amish book, and it's taken a turn that I was not anticipating about like babies switched from a hospital
Oh man.
for an Amish baby to a, non-Amish baby. So imagine, you suddenly find out that heck, you weren't actually Amish.
Oh,
Is this the one with the dad who's a widow or no?
Yeah.
So he lost his wife, married somebody that was working in the diner,
And
there's
then
a
now
baby.
he finds out he was switched at birth.
He was switched at birth?
Yes.
That's wild.
I'm like, this is an Amish story that's completely going into left field that I
Oh,
was not
right.
expecting.
that's
There's so many things.
So
That's
many
wild.
but what I was saying to Tiffany last Monday is that I had started reading this author's third book. So this is a standalone. It's listed as a standalone. And the third book, it's like you're expected to know who a character is that he's talking about.
Mhm.
So I look and I realize that character's mentioned in book 2. Now as I'm reading the first book she's written, that's the guy who he was switched with. So it's an unintentional series, if that makes sense.
That's crazy. I hate
And I'm
that
like,
when
I'm
that
so
happens.
glad I went back and read book 1, even though
Mhm.
it's not a series.
Yeah, I wish the authors would put something there in like they have so many like accolades and like it's all great, right? Like I'm not
Right.
trying to yuck the author, but they could take like a page out of that and put like this is a connection to this series. Like Catherine Cowles, I love her,
Yep.
but like if you didn't know her books were connected and how they were connected, you wouldn't know.
Right.
And it's like I don't mind doing the research, but I need to know that I need to do the research. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, because there's sometimes where we don't even know.
And
yes.
I always say, I'm the first to say, especially with category romance, because of the nature of what they are, you
Mhm.
can read them all as standalone 100%.
Right.
But then I think there are people like, I understand now, Storm. I know, sit down. I understand what Storm's always touting about, saying like, now I'm going to be able to follow and be like, oh,
Mhm.
so when I'm reading book 3 and they're like, oh, and so was switched at birth, when I read, like, I was shocked. I was shooketh, as they say, as the kids
Shooketh.
say. I was
Yeah.
shooketh. So now, like, if I hadn't known that and I read book 3 first and I read this, I would have been like, oh, yeah, I found out about that like a month ago when I read it, you know?
Right.
Anyway, hear that, Stormy? You got me on team series.
Well, and I think it's important, like, not all, I mean, honestly, and, you know, Storm can fight me on it.
Right?
I love Storm.
Oh,
But I don't think every book in a series always needs to be read in order. There are some
100%.
times where if you accidentally pick up book 20, you're okay. You know, it's nice because there's usually sometimes there's always a backstory if it's a series, but especially in cozy mysteries, they get like there are certain authors that beat you over the head with the same dang details every time. You know what I mean? And so you aren't missing much. You might
Right.
miss somebody had a birthday, somebody got older, somebody did this,
Right.
but you get enough of the details where you don't have to. Or
Right.
it's been so long in between the series, you're like, oh yeah, that's fine because they'll give me enough back end that I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But
Right.
there's some of these people that I'm like, some context would be nice, please.
What did I
hate
see
being
somewhere?
dropped in.
They're
and,
like, let's normalize, on TV shows, previously on Law and Order, like we need
They
that
do.
at the beginning of each book in a series.
yeah.
They do that on the Kindle. So if you have the Kindle series, like if you have the books on your Kindle, you can read a spoiler like from what happened in the last book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, it's very nice, especially when you read like because I don't read books back to back to back.
Me neither.
So I will take breaks. And that's how I feel like, when you look at publishing, books don't publish back to back to back a lot of times. Every once in a while, there's like 3 books in a series that get published throughout the year because the author's on a weird timeline. But most of them, it's a year in between. So I'm like, okay, well, if I do one a year, those Kindle recaps are clutch. Just FYI, if anybody doesn't know, the Kindle, it's on your Kindle. I don't know if you can access it any other way. You might be able to if you use the Kindle app on your computer, but those are clutch. But don't read them if you haven't read. There are spoilers.
Right.
100%. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents for the day.
And to your point, like you said, you don't have to, but other certain series, like you wouldn't read Harry Potter out of order because it's going to totally, you know what I'm saying? But there are certain, especially romance series, I think.
Or fantasy. I don't think you could read fantasy really out of order.
Right. No.
Well, and I was going to say, speaking to that point of like reading recaps, like fantasy books can be so long. And there can be years between a book and then the next book in this in the series. And so it's like, okay, now I'm gonna have to reread. Where like Demi Winters, one of the reasons why I really like her is all her books have recaps. And
that's cool.
They do a really nice job summarizing the key points from the books. But like Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. Like I love the series.
Right.
Book 5 is 1,400 pages long.
Right. And I think to that point, I don't mind rereading. There's nothing wrong with a reread. But at the same time, when you're rereading these big Brandon Sanderson books, that it's like I already have enough to read. I don't want to reread these kinds of huge books on top of it to remember what happened in that book. There's nothing wrong with rereading them, and I'm not saying that that's it. But it's like it's almost like okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time because I've got so many other things to read that I have to reread this book to understand the next book. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know. I did that with Outlander. I have reread every book in Outlander to read the next book because they're so long between.
Right.
Which is the reason why I haven't read book 9 yet, because I have not been up to a reread of books 1 through 8. Book 10 is eventually in the next few years going to come out. I'm just going to wait till then.
Well, try if there's like a good summary online.
But
like,
I enjoy the reread of them. That's the thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I just haven't been in the mood to do it.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing. It's like, it's not that you don't enjoy the reread or like that. It's not.
There's 1,000 other things I want to read right now.
Right. And it just takes up so much more time to do a reread.
Yes. They're 50-hour-long audiobooks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And if you've got the time and that's what you want to read, more power to you. But again, books just keep coming out. I'm sorry. September is I'm going to be anxious.
September's a lot of books coming out in September.
September and October is bananas. Like it's just, and it doesn't end, guys. Believe me, I've seen into the future. I've seen what's coming out in, January, February, March, April. I'm looking at April.
January,
and I'm like,
we got ACOTAR 7. October is ACOTAR 6.
I can't, guys.
They need to take a page from the Babysitters Club series where chapter 2 was a recap. The entire chapter of every Babysitters Club book was literally just a rehash of what you missed on the previous books.
Right? Or they used to have those. What was it? It's not Reader's Digest, maybe? They had books that like they put together in like a bound.
My grandfather had volumes of those.
They need to do that with like genres. Right? Like, here's a long-standing series. Here is what you've missed. And so then you could like pick up these like little guides that literally have like summaries for each book, key characters, whatever. And then that way you can reference it. And it's like you don't have to do your own research. Like you can just have it there.
And it spoils things for the book that you're in. Like, so for example, if I were reading book 2 and I wanted to refresh my memory for book 1, I could scroll to like book 1. Here's the information I need to know about this character, and I don't have to see information about the character that is revealed in book 2 that I don't know yet.
Because that's the problem with researching online. It's like you can't provide, you can't go without spoilers.
Absolutely not.
I totally spoiled myself for This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me because I was like, okay, there's a love interest in this book. I need to know, is this character the love interest? Because I am loving this character.
Right.
So I Googled that character and it revealed a major spoiler for that character. And I was like, oops, now I know stuff that I'm not supposed to know yet. And I was like, oh, so kind of lessened the tension. Oh, well. But what I got up to that sprint after
we kind of went
sorry. It was a book-related tangent. So
it was fair. Yeah.
So I... please hope that everything works out. So I I had to email my HR at work. So I'm taking 2 classes this fall, and I can get a tuition waiver, but I have to show my class schedule, my bill. That's not the issue. The issue is I have to show proof that like I hosted an ISU student the previous semester, which I did in the spring. And I used an email from that student for summer tuition waivers, which HR has. Well, I cleaned out my inbox and I deleted stuff and I sent stuff and I accidentally deleted the emails from ISU and the student teacher that I had. So now I don't know if my tuition will be covered.
Oh no.
Well, can you just
Oh.
email the student teacher and say, hey,
Don't have her email address anymore. All that stuff I deleted out.
but there should be some of the like history, even if you delete it. Like if you start typing her email, it might still pop up her email address. Try that.
We're going to do that right now. So
Yeah.
I did no reading because I dealt with that and updating spreadsheets and stuff. So
Yeah, try that and see if that helps.
Okay, we'll see. How about you, Tiffany?
I read about 3 chapters of A Broth of Betrayal.
Nice.
And book 1. So this series has been interesting because this was a series that I originally DNF'd. And then Ro was like, how could you not like this? It takes place in Vermont, which is one of my favorite places for a cozy. It's a cold weather because it's outside a ski resort. She owns a soup lodge. Soup's like my favorite. I mean, it just like everything you would like. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to give it another chance. Went back, read the first one, was on my top favorites of the year. And now this one, I'm not enjoying as much, but it's because of the like plot. It's like there's going to be a car wash built in the center of town and there's a demonstration and they found of like cold case bones in the that is like I don't like
you're
cold
not a cold case girl.
I'm not a cold case girl and like I need like a fair or festival or something like a demonstration protesting for a car wash being built in town is not doing it for me.
Not your
I can't judge. I'm not judging the series by that. I'm just talking about
You
the
should judge the
individual
series.
and my enjoyment of it. What?
You said you should judge the series because I read the first one. It was okay. And I think I read the 4th one. Ignore me, Storm. I read the 4th one and because it was fall and it was like a festival. And because I was like, let me see. No. Just no. It's Ro has a point that you should have liked it. But it doesn't, just because it has the elements of things that you would like, doesn't mean that the writing is there to give you the stuff that you like in the way that it should have been. Does that make sense?
I did really like the first one when I went back.
Is it the one with the grandpa or the uncle that has Alzheimer's?
The grandpa. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And I liked the first one a lot. But this one, I'm not enjoying again. And I don't know.
Well, I didn't like book 4, if that helps anything.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Interesting.
Emily, did it work?
I emailed my student teacher. I haven't heard back from her.
But you found her email?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good. Okay.
I mean, and it's still her summer break, so she might not check her email.
Right, but still, at least you found. Okay, good. At least you found that.
So I'm hoping that things will be gracious. Otherwise,
yeah. Sorry, Tiffany.
No, you're good.
I saw her done, and I was like, I gotta ask because I'm gonna leave
we're
in a
gonna do
minute.
this right now before I forget.
I know.
No,
if I ghost you guys, it's because I gotta go.
I totally understand.
But I'll hang out until I have
to talk to than us.
Just so I don't forget to say it later while the most people are here. Sarah's going to host sprints tomorrow at 7.
No, Stormy's on summer vacation.
Stormy's on summer vacation. So they will be on Sarah's channel.
Yeah, tomorrow's a holiday up here.
Nice. And I have reading sprints on my channel on Tuesday night. So if anybody's looking for reading sprints on Tuesday night, it's the last month of Summerween. So yeah. Then we're gonna do something cozy in September, October.
Oh, that's fun.
Announcement to TBD.
Announcement to be determined. Okay. Okay.
Okay, it's very easy, very low key. Cajun doesn't have to yell at me for another readathon. It's low key, Cajun. You can, I promise, you can participate. She's been doing great with her prompts, so she's been killing it, even with it being Halloween or Summerween.
Let's see. Pat said, also great news. I might be getting discharged this week. That is fantastic news. Let us do some fireworks. That is really fantastic.
Pat's gonna be strutting out of there by the end of the week.
I know. She's gonna be a new person.
Right?
We will keep our fingers and toes and eyes crossed for you, Pat. It's all right, Sarah. I got the first in the series of the Cozy Mystery series that you talked about.
Excellent. It was so cute.
Oh, the fish and chips. Nice. Let
Spoiler
us know.
alert was my favorite book last month.
Ooh. Pat said, don't forget the thumbs up. Thanks, Pat. Our resident cheerleader. So supportive. I love that. Cajun said, Pat, that's great. Fingers crossed for you. Absolutely. And Anita said, congrats, Pat. Oh, there's Stormy. She said, hi, everyone. Relaxing a bit today and enjoying the fact that it's 80 degrees today since it goes back up to mid to high 90s. Oh, enjoy the little
cold front that moved in.
Yeah, we had little breezes this morning. It was really kind of nice.
I got the window open. We've had thunderstorms all day, so it's cooled down quite a bit.
Nice.
Kim said, it's okay, Sarah. I always need more for my TBR.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Pat said, I'm very hungry. Cannot wait for dinner. Ooh, I hope you have something good, Pat.
Yeah. Words I never uttered in the hospital. I can't wait for dinner.
Well, the problem I think you were on the cardiac floor.
It was all crap.
Right.
So I would look to see what was there, and then I'd be like to the nurses, I'll be back in 10 minutes, and I'd wander downstairs and spend money in the,
Yeah. The other people food.
Right? The real people food. And then they yell at me, you're not supposed to have that. Hey, you're replacing the heart anyway. Let me enjoy the last little while I
Right.
And Meg says, you're welcome, Kim. Esther Jane says, hey Storm, glad you have a bit of a break. Before I forget, I know it's a little bit early, but I'm going to, on August 11th, have, I don't know what day of the week that is. Can't remember. It was whenever the author was available. I'm going to have Misty Simon on for an author interview.
Oh, cool.
I love Misty. She is, if you don't follow her on Instagram, even if you don't read her books, if you just follow her for her outfits. She has the craziest dresses. They are amazing. She's like one of those people that she wears dresses almost every day. It's very rare to see her outside of a dress, but they're always very like, most of the time they're like Halloween related throughout the whole entire year. But I'll be having her on August 11th. She has a couple different series, but I really like her Diner series, of course, Diner. The first one was really good. So I'm really excited. And she is a hoot. So I think that will be really fun. I can't remember what time, 7:30, I'm sure, because I always tell them after 6 p.m. Eastern. Let me see. Meg said, hopefully you won't lose power to Pat. Absolutely. Pat, hope you do get to go home soon. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Angela said, that's great news, Pat. Absolutely it is. Love the old-fashioned diner. Yay.
Yes.
Christy says, just joined. Hello. Working on catching up on my daily reads. Very behind from my Tennessee trip. Being back. I went on vacation too recently, Christy, and I did not feel good a couple days this week. It was like, I think it was just run down from the trip and flying and,
Right.
you're in the airport and the plane with all the,
You're not sleeping in your own bed, and so you don't never sleep
Right.
well in your own when you're not in your own bed.
Yeah. So I feel you, Christy. Well, I hope you get feeling better really soon.
Yes.
I'm glad you were here and got to join us. I used to have a VW convertible like that, only in yellow, 1965. Oh, that is awesome.
Nice.
Sherry said, I promised myself I would drop everything and read tonight. Yay! Now decide what to read. Ooh, what you have choices, Sherry?
Decisions.
If you have choices and need help, let us know. Angela said, hey Storm, yay for milder temps. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Currently reading On Gingerbread Bones by Lindsay Lovice. I'm 23% in. Hope you're enjoying. Hey, Sarah. Sarah said, Sarah, how are you liking your Kindle Color Soft?
So far, so good. I haven't done a ton of reading on it this week, but I am enjoying it thus far.
Excellent. Let's see. Sarah said, I went to a diner like this once with old-fashioned cars out just like this, but the food was gross. Not just my dish, but my mom and dad's dishes. We all had something different. Oh, that's a bummer.
That is disappointing.
Fiona said to Pat, that is great news. Absolutely it is. And Fiona said, Storm, enjoy the cooler temps. And Kat and Too Many Books said, happy Sunday. I'm going to try to edit my TBR video and heat up some dinner. Plantain soup. Oh. Hopefully I can read something after. I love soup. I was talking about the soup cozy. What is plantain soup? Because I don't know.
Yes, I
do like plantains, if that's what we're talking here. I do like plantains. Lauren said, hey everyone. Hey Lauren. I'm reading Empire of Desire by Rena Kent. I'm also planning on baking some coffee cake. That's
yum.
Got to 33%. Really loving the book. Great characters and setting. Off to do Mom's Eye Drops. Thanks for having me, Tiffany. Hope everybody had a good week. And see you next Sunday. Well, Fiona, I know that you're probably in bed. I'm glad that you had a good reading sprint. And I will see you next week. Sherry's got to... she's reading the White House.
Good series. Good series.
Sherry, I hope you're loving. Yay. Sherry, if you don't know, you might know this. We have done a little bit of a buddy read on those series. We've read through, did we read 1, 2, and 3 or just 1 and 2?
I think you guys read 1, 2, and 3.
3.
1, 2, and 3. Okay. So the fourth one, which we decided might be in January.
Yeah.
Because we have to accommodate around somebody. I'm not saying
we don't. Only read seasonally.
I won't say who it is, but there's somebody that doesn't like to read seasonal. Now, I'm not saying any names, Sherry, but
other way, Tiffany. Other way.
People like Blake.
Oh.
You're gonna want to gesture.
If you won't say names, I will.
I made it clear when we had this discussion multiple times that you could read it and go on without me because I can catch up. I go along, prosper without me. Leave me be.
Do you know what's funny though, Blake? Because of you, it makes it sound bad. Because of you, no.
Oh no.
But because I know, and you're not the only one who does. There are a lot of people who read seasonally. Now I tag my books on Goodreads. What season they take place in?
I love that.
Smart.
In case you're curious, in case somebody's looking and they're like,
Yeah.
Well, and again, it's just because I get burnt out. I get so burnt out.
I'm totally teasing you.
No, but like I was talking to somebody about my diamond painting because I've also because I have this one I'm doing and it's a pool and I'm like, I got to do it in August because I'm going to get burnt out on summer things if I keep going in September. You know, it's just because I've started things out of season and I've gotten burnt out before the season happens. And then I'm just like a curmudgeon the whole time. So I'm trying to preserve the seasonal merriment.
Well, I keep a list of what series, what next book in series I need to read, right?
That's how I do it too.
I will take a little Christmas tree emoji and I will stick it beside the book title. If it's a Christmas book, go ahead, call me weird. But I am now holding on to those books for December. So I'm not reading them. I'm going to hold off. So then I have a bunch of Christmas stuff to read in December.
Well, then also, if you're a YouTuber, all four of us, it gives you content. You know what content you can give yourself in that season. Because I mean, people want to see seasonal. They might not read seasonal, but they're like, I want to see fall books. I want some ideas. So that just makes your life easier too.
Absolutely.
I was totally teasing. But
I know.
Sherry, we are going to be reading book 4 together. If you would like to join a buddy read, and we
have until January to catch up.
in January. So yeah, you have plenty of time if you would like to catch up.
I'm gonna
And I love
die
that
if
the
it
hailing
takes
in of a
place
new
in like
president is a season. Well, I guess it would be a season because it's in January. Yeah, that makes sense.
right. I'm gonna die if it's like 5 months later. Like the first chapter is like the inauguration, and then it's like 5 months later, and everybody's gonna be
And then
like,
it's turning into a
"Blake."
Christmas book or something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm out, guys, and you're like, oh.
Well, that's like I talked about 2 of the books because I did my wrap up video that went up today, and I read 2 Christmas books. The one was not Christmas at all. The most Christmas thing in the book was the title, Her Christmas Wish.
Which book?
Other
Because
than
I
that,
read
it
a
was
book
like blink
that
and it was Christmas
recently.
at the very end.
What was the book? Because I read a book like
Her
that
Christmas
recently.
Wish by Tara Taylor Quinn. It was
I don't think that was it. But I was like, the most Christmas in this book is the cover and title. Like,
Right?
The cover wasn't even Christmas. It's
Hate
like
that.
Photoshop went, oh, we should stick a Christmas tree on the cover, you know? And then I talked about the first in the Christmas tree farm, and I'm like, but this book is the complete opposite of that one.
Well, and I
I
also
didn't put it in
hated-
my wrap up because it didn't really fit, but I read 2 thrillers this month. And I read The Butler by Claire McIntosh.
Ooh, mm-hmm.
It was okay.
Did
It
he
felt
do it?
more like it felt like Clue, which I love
Ah.
Clue, but it was very like lighthearted like Clue to me anyways. Didn't feel very, it felt more like locked in murder mystery than, not necessarily locked in, but like felt like that kind of theme more than a thriller. But I enjoyed it overall. And then I read My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney.
Oh, I got that on my list to read.
I did not like that one. I liked it
Interesting.
until, have you read it?
Me? No, not yet.
I'm going to. This month.
I was enjoying it. But to me, and I'm not saying any spoilers whatsoever. I
No,
felt
that's
like there were, it got to the point where like the first twist was really good and the second twist, but there were so many twists that it would have been like impossible to happen. And then it just
Yeah.
seemed like outrageous. You know, I'm like,
see
okay,
that.
you could have stopped it like and you would have had a great book and just
Right.
wrapped it up. But like when you,
But she still had another 100 pages.
like when you put in the like so many that it was like you would have had to jump through hoops and like swim backwards and like to even be logical to you know what I mean? And I was
Right.
like, I know a lot of people
It's gonna
like
be a
it.
wild ride, is what you're telling me, Tiff. Okay, gotcha.
Well, a lot of people love it, so don't.
No, and I don't. Yeah.
And I'm not a huge
Stormy and I
fan.
never like the same books.
But I was just like, wow, okay. But I do have 2 more on my list this month that I'm going to try to read. So look at me. I know. I think I'm going to do a vlog though, like, because I always get scared reading thrillers, even ones that aren't supposed to be scary. It's like the suspense scares me. So I think I still might do a vlog like Scaredy Cat reads thrillers for like going
That is
into
still
fall.
so much fun.
You know, kind of a start of a fall. So I might wait for a couple weeks and do it like the first week of September, something like that. But Cation got to 72%.
Well done, Cajun.
Very nice. I had 60% in Bodies and Battlements. Tiffany, you said you're reading on a computer. I thought you had a Kindle and Kindle Fire. I do, but it is not charged, and I usually keep it by the bed. And if I read on the Kindle, on my Kindle, it's usually in bed because then I can read without the light on.
I hear you.
So, yeah, caught up in my 4 of my daily reads. Very nice,
done.
Christy. Excellent. We'll be starting our next sprint in about a minute. Read 2 chapters of Arab Whitestone, the switch to magazine antiques. Very nice, Jill. Didn't read much, got to 24%. Sarah said I'm a 73% into Black Ice, second book in the Harry Bosch series by Michael Connolly. Hope you're enjoying. Jill says, hi, Storm. She says, smile. Blake, I agree. Sorry, Storm. I think she's talking about the order. Toya said, Blake, that is blasphemy. Read in order, people.
I feel like that's the tone she said it in too.
It's not that I
hope
don't
that
agree.
That was the flair that you wanted me to.
But there are
Thank
some
you.
that you can accidentally be like,
You
oops,
can.
read it out of order.
Yeah, because they do give you enough. I know. See, But
I
as a librarian, when I was at the library working as a librarian, there were so many times where we didn't have the first book and
Oh.
people wanted recommendations, and it was like you had to improvise and say, okay, well, you can read these books out of order. I didn't give them like Brandon Sanderson and say, okay, yeah, you can read these out of order. Like I wasn't, it was more like books that I knew that had like enough background that I was like, it is okay to read these out of order. So yes, if it's like, it just depends. It's situational in my opinion. And I know you guys aren't coming for me. I'm just saying like, that's
No.
more of like what it is.
Yeah, don't read a Brandon Sanderson out of order.
True.
That's the takeaway of this whole conversation.
Correct.
And even like, even now, as he has published more and more, like with his Cosmere, publication date
Ooh.
starts to matter. Whereas before
Yeah.
it was like read it within the series, but like the Wax and Wane or Mistborn Era 2, that book 4 you need to read before you read book 4 in the Stormlight Archive, because there are Easter eggs that things that happen in book 4 in the last book of the Wax and Wane impacts book 4 of Stormlight Archives, because it's a huge metaverse. Same thing with Sarah J. Maas.
Yes.
Like, I know I've pre-ordered ACOTAR 6, but I haven't read Crescent City yet. So I cannot read ACOTAR 6, I know, until I read Crescent City. So.
Gotcha. So, our drive-in.
Love
our
it.
first drive-in. So
That looks like the one in by my town
I love
that
drive-ins.
Tiffany's also been to.
Yes, I love them. So is everybody with reading to the top of the hour? I know Blake's probably got to hop out at some point. Totally
Yeah, I'm
understand.
gonna peace out now.
Yes.
So bye friends.
Have a good
Have fun tonight.
event.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. It'll
Bye
be
guys.
amazing.
Bye.
And with that, we will read to the top of the hour. Happy reading, everyone. How was everybody's sprints?
I got no reading done, not because of this, but because I ate my dinner and it was delicious.
Ooh, oh yeah, Panera.
Panera, yeah. And I didn't realize when I ordered, I always get confused at the size of the bowl of soups, and I always inevitably order the bigger one. So, but I have enough soup left over for lunch tomorrow, which is nice.
What kind of soup?
The chicken and wild rice.
Yum.
Oh, I love that soup.
Yeah, me too. It was really good, and it was nice. I dipped the turkey sandwich in it. Mm.
Sounds good.
How about you? How'd you do, Emily?
Good. I finished updating my spreadsheet because I wanted to plug in the books that I ordered from Book of the Month and Aardvark. And then I got to page 102 in my book. So,
Nice. So I've decided to DNF the soup book.
Okay.
I am going to try number 3, just not right now, because it really was just the plot of the second one, but I don't want to jump right into 3. So I jumped into the third book of the costume shop series called Dress to Confess. This is the last book in the series. I've loved this series. And in this one, there's going to be a board game festival, which couldn't be more up my alley.
I was gonna say this is a Tiffany book, right?
Yeah. So yes. So I'm very excited about it. But I'm
And
sad
you'll
to see
finish
it
the series.
end. I know, and I'm sad to see it end.
I
think
know.
it's so much more than 3 books. Yeah, so but I don't know how far I got in that, probably a chapter or so. So let us see. Kim said, I'm 90% in 4 days in November by Vincent Buglosio. I want to finish this before I start anything new. Storm said, Anita, because I think she agreed with it. Or Blake.
Mm-hmm.
You can majorly spoil yourself reading out of order with some series. And if you don't mind, that's okay. Some of us do like reading in order for that and other reasons. Yeah, absolutely.
Mostly for me now, it's to the point where it's not that I'm worried about spoiling too much, but it's more I want to make sure I'm reading all the books. You know what I mean? So if I read them in order, I'm not missing any, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Storm said, you tell him, Cajun.
Yes,
She said, or Tanya Cabas, 3 in a month is per usual, right? Bookner Garcia said, I'm enjoying Hymns and Homicide so far. These reading sprints are the best. I got some laundry and housework done while making progress on my book. That's
Well
amazing.
done.
That is amazing. I love to hear that. Esther Jane said, and the older you get, the more you just want to get to the next book and not reread.
I saw someone do like a TikTok or something like that where they're like, if you read 100 books a year, and they started doing the whole how many books you can read in your lifetime, and I immediately clicked off and like, because this is just too depressing to even think about. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not measuring my life by the span of books.
Yeah.
Although I now want that on my tombstone. She read X number of books in her lifetime.
Agreecation before Kindle and multi-library books, I read out of order because I had no options.
Yeah.
Right.
If I wanted to read the series. Now, no.
And that's the thing. It's so much easier to do it now than it was even 10 years ago.
Yep.
Can you not bite me? Ow!
Oh.
Oh, yeah. She's showing love.
Meg said, I read some of Evergreen Conservatory, trying to get my currently reading list down. I feel ya. Storm said, it does seem like we are saturated with books these days. I'm going with the flow as I know I can't get to everything. Absolutely, Storm.
I hear you, Stormy.
Got to 41% in the Old Girls Island Getaway. I like this title. I need to look it
That
up.
sounds like a Tiffany book right there.
It does. Esther Jane said Storm, and I do that as well. Or go with the book that comes in next. Yep. That's usually
true.
what I do. Anita said, but doesn't it seem that NetGalley is getting fewer and fewer for sure?
Mhm.
Anita, I feel like they absolutely are getting fewer cozy mysteries.
Claws woman.
Jill said, I have read several Ellie Alexander books out of order. Then I watched her podcast, and she said her Bake Shop series should be read in order. I had finished book 1. I think this continues. I'm coming back to Anita. I didn't skip her. I think this was a continued thought. I realized I only had a sample of book 1, so I've got books 2 and 3 coming. I'm supposed to get them on Tuesday.
Wonderful.
Gotcha. And Anita said, everybody's saying that there's a bunch of books coming out. Where are the NetGalleys going for the Cozy Mystery? Yeah, there's just been very few. I agree.
Can find in general on NetGalley, there's not a lot on there anymore.
Oh. I can definitely say that Cozy Mysteries have slowed down for sure.
100%.
I realized I only had it. Oh, sorry. Anita, are there fewer cozies, or do they just not look like cozies? So you think they're not there? It seems like covers are changing. No, I really do think that could be some of it, but I think there's just less Cozy Mysteries for sure. Because I would recognize them by the author and title,
right?
Series and stuff too.
And I wonder if the death of the mass market paperback has impacted Cozy publishing.
For sure,
that's how they were published.
100%. That's yeah.
I think that is probably the nail on the head, unfortunately. And Jill said, that's wonderful, Pat. I hope you do get released this week. Absolutely. Yeah. And Meg said, hi, Storm. Storm, I look for the authors' names, and there's not a lot of Cozy Mysteries coming out by these authors. Some of them are actually writing different genres, like Jen McKinley. Oh, yep, she's been doing romance, yeah, as well as some of her mysteries, but there's not a lot of cozies, and I wonder why. Yeah.
You're seeing that, and Ellie Alexander's even dipping her toes into the romance.
Yes.
But I can understand it because, if you think even as a reader, you're like, I'm just not in the mood for a mystery. I want a romance. So you can imagine authors writing the same genre would want to dip their toes into something else too, right?
Yep.
I would say so over time, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cation said, Storm, true. And some authors are changing covers on their backlist. And to me, some of them lack personality and something to draw you in. Yeah, there's been a few lately that are the updated covers that I'm like,
don't like them.
Oh, I don't like them. I like the other ones better. Most of the time, if they're updating, it's because I feel like, they're improving. But it's subjective, right? I mean, people like different things, of course. But there's been a few lately that I'm like, ooh.
I had this conversation with Garrett months ago. We were at the library or something, and I was showing him some of the Cozy Mystery books that I got, and he was looking at the covers. He's like, "Oh, there's a skull in the soup or something like that, right?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "A lot of fun of these is trying to find." He goes, "Oh, so is it all for that series?" And I had to explain. I said, "No, a lot of Cozy Mysteries do this where they have a hidden skull on the cover. It's almost like it was the theme, and I just feel like we're getting away from that now. You knew a cozy just from the cover, even if it was 2 or 3 completely different series. Do you know what I mean?"
I agree.
But we don't have that anymore, and it's kind of disappointing, And again, like you said, people change, things get updated. Not everybody likes the same things, but I don't like change, Tiffany.
I feel you. And I tend to like I tend to like the very cozy mystery covers.
Right.
If they're Cozy Mysteries, I want them to be the really cozy atmospheric covers.
And we do, as humans, readers, judge books 100% by their covers.
Oh, for sure.
I will look for, if there's a book I want to read, and I will look for a cover I like to show on my, even though that's not the edition I'm reading.
Oh yeah. Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me crazy when they change the covers on older titles, and I have no clue whether I read the book or not. Specifically, and I love this author, but I feel like, and there's probably other authors that are doing this, don't get me wrong, but it's not only changing the covers, but changing the titles.
Yes, ma'am.
Debbie Maycomber is really guilty of this.
Oh,
I love
Susan Wiggs.
Yes. Another one. And I'm like, oh, I haven't read this by Debbie May Comber. That's weird because she's my most read author. And then I'm like, oh, yes, I have. It was originally blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's frustrating.
It's most prevalent, I find, in category. Authors like Debbie, like Nora Roberts, like Susan Wade or Mallory, who wrote for category, they're republishing them now, or in the years past, they're changing the title, they're changing the cover. So unless you read the fine print saying previously published as yada, 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 you wouldn't know. And they even list them as new releases. That's the frustrating part.
Yes.
Like, oh, wow, Nora's got a new book coming out? Wait, this came out in
Exactly.
1973. You know, like...
Yes. Some authors might not like the shift in cozies and are not writing as many. Well, that could be too. I do think a lot of it is the end of mass market paperback, personally. Because I even know that there's some series that are like wrapping up and they were told
ending and stuff like that. Will you stop writing me?
Maybe not as many from the big 5 publishers, but there are a lot of self-pub cozies now. Maybe that plays a part too. Yeah.
You're not wrong on that one, I think, Cajun. I'm finding so many on KU and so many.
Yeah. There are for sure. Storm said, I agree, Jill. And then she said, Cajun, that could be it too. Absolutely.
Which is funny because you'd think the big 5 want to publish what people want. But clearly these books are getting read because they're like popular on Kindle Unlimited. Do you know what I mean? But I guess it doesn't translate.
And Cajun, I 100% agree. Specifically Crooked Lane.
Oh, they're bad.
Pricing themselves out of the
$20 for an ebook is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Is absolutely insane. And I say it every time this conversation goes up or comes up. I'm like, because I'm hearing at like some of the conferences, well, you know, it's also, you know, not as many readers and this, that. And I'm like, okay, but is there not as many readers, or is there not as many readers because people can't pay $20 a book? Or is it really lack of interest? Because I'm not going, even if it's something I really want to read, I will wait for the library. I will find another way. I'm not paying $20 on ebook. So it might be that there's some lack of interest in certain series. I'm not saying, but I'm wondering if there's a lack of interest or if there's a lack of resources, because it's not just paying $20 for one book. If you're paying $20 for every book, there's just I don't know many people who could keep up with that, who are big readers.
And I was going to say, this is a really good conversation because the people who tend to read cozies are the same, like, you know, same as the people who tend to read category. We read books voraciously, and we can fly through. Sorry, hold on one second.
Yeah, like,
and we can like, you know, read these things quickly. So if we're reading 3 or 4 or 5 books a week, we're not spending $20 a book.
Right.
Like said, we're going to get them from the library.
When I worked downtown Chicago and I was commuting an hour one way on the train and I had an hour lunch, I mean, I was reading a lot of romance and like Lavril Spencer and category romances. Forget 3 books in a week. I was sometimes doing 3 books a day because that's how fast those category romances read for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no way when you're reading like that you can do that if they're pricing it like that.
And if you're relying on libraries, they may or may not have them depending on where you're at.
I agree. Storm said 100% Cajun. Anise said, Blake, you're hysterical. You don't like reading out of season, but you don't mind reading out of order. I know, she's gone. Sherry said, Buddy Read sounds fun. I'll try to get through book 3 before then. Excellent, Sherry. We love that. Storm said, because I don't read seasonally, I don't get burned out as I don't read a bunch in that season.
I only read seasonally at Christmas. That's what I like to say.
Yeah. Well, I would say that, except that's not exactly true. I feel like I read seasonally from October on. So I read fall, then into Christmas. But otherwise, I'll read anything anytime.
I was thinking the same thing.
And then Kat said, yes, it is made with plantains, onions, carrots, celery, cumin, garlic, sugar. Oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. I
Mhm.
usually use my immersion blender and it's creamy, delicious. It is a PR dish. That sounds really good.
That sounds really good.
I might have to look something up. That sounds really good. Cajun said, I do the same, Sarah. I will pause my series if it's a Christmas book. Is next to have it for December. That is the only time I intentionally read seasonally.
Yep.
And then Anita said, you guys are probably correct. That's why there's not a lot of neck alley for cozy mystery. Yeah, it's sad. I hate to hear
Even
that.
with the mass markets going away now, I'm seeing the pricing increase on category romance. And I love them, but I can read one of those books. If I really just sat down, I could read a book a day. I'm not spending $8.99 a book.
Yeah.
And that's like for the, like, I'm sorry, I'll wait. Like Tiff said, I'll wait for it to come in the library.
Yeah, and she said that sounds scrumptious. It did sound really good. Anita, it's a bummer for those who love cozies as not everyone can afford KU. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I agree, Storm. Cajun said to Storm, true. And even though most are around $2.99 or so, to buy them adds up quickly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about the Tonya Kappas, right? The Campers and Criminals, we got 45 books in that series. If you even, I'm being generous, at $1.99 a book, there's $90.
Right.
Like, it doesn't, like, over the course of 45 books, but you can read one of those books in an hour or two.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the author's not worth the money. I'm saying as readers, it's hard for us to justify.
Yeah. No, I agree. Kim said there are so many older series I've never read. Hopefully I'm good. Anita said, in this ambiance are all the same card but different colors. Oh,
I think it was, yeah.
She said, have a good night to Blake. The drive-in brings back memories. Aw, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Angela said, Blake, have a great evening. Anita, I think they are at least a few different cars in the ambiance. And then have a good evening to Blake. Anita said, Storm, that's true. A lot of people can't afford KU.
Mm-hmm.
What bothers me is that I can't afford KU all the time. The only reason why I have it now is because I've got a free trial. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love the picture. We still have a huge drive-in about 15 minutes away. That's so fun. I love drive-ins. Oh. Only got to 6%, but hubby grilled a steak to get my nose out of the book. Ooh, Sherry. Nice. Amy said, well, just wanted to hop on to leave a like, Amy. Thank you so much. Hope things are well with you. Got to 80%, Cajun. I got to 8% in 2-part Sugar, 1-part Murder by Valerie Burns. Love that series. I got to 68% from Anita. I got to page 123 in Evergreen Conservatory. Kim said 93% and Dozen. I feel ya. Jill said, read a bit more of my magazine, put on a pot of coffee, heating up General Tso's chicken and rice. That sounds good. It is the third book in the Costume Shop series by Diane Valier. It is called Dressed to Confess. It's the third and final book. And this series I highly recommend. It's very underrated too.
I meant to share with you guys, my cousin's wife, Sheena, we talk quite often. She's a super, she's like a few years younger than me. Super nice woman, but we chat, but we're not super close or anything like that. But anyway, they always come over now because we got the pool and they bring their kids and blah, blah, blah. So Sheena and I were talking the one day, and I didn't realize that she's an avid KU reader. That's what made me think about it as our KU discussion, right? And Tommy, my cousin, Tom, looks at her and says, tell her how many books you've read so far this year. And Sheena goes, oh, it's embarrassing. I said, oh, please. I said, how many books you read this year? Like 180. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's July. And Tom goes, how many have you read? I'm like, I'm pushing up around 75, right? And I look at Sheena and she goes, but she reads the ones on KU that people think of when they think of KU. the real short, real smutty, like blah 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 blah
Just read
blah.
fast. Like,
Yeah. And she says I can read a book a day, or even
Yeah.
because at her job, like she takes, and she made such a good point to me. She's like, she goes, work lets you, if you're a smoker, go out for 15 minutes several times a day to have a smoke. She said, so while my coworkers go out for a smoke, she says, I take 15 minutes to read a book. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. It's a mental break. You know what I mean? So, but she said, yeah, she listens to a lot of audio when she's walking the dogs. So I just had to share that because like, she is like the epitome of the KU. That's all she reads on. She does not read. She never buys a book. She only reads off of KU, which I think is pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. So that tells you how much is on there that we don't even know about.
Anita said, how are all the kitties, doggies, and plants doing today?
Crazy's fine.
Cairo has been really odd today. He's definitely not sick, but something's freaked him out. Like he keeps going underneath the bed unless you're like basically holding him. So I don't know if there was a sound that freaked him out, or maybe he had an accident somewhere that we haven't found and he's worried about. I mean, he doesn't normally have accidents. I don't think it's that, but it's just weird. If you're holding him or like laying, him laying, he's fine. Like right now, Kevin's in the side bedroom with him and he's on the bed with him curled up next to him. But if we were to put him down and get busy, he immediately goes underneath the bed. Just today, I don't know what's going on with him. Something's freaked him out. But anyways.
I've got the opposite because our house has been quiet today with the rain. So we haven't had my brother over, my cousin over, none of the kids, nobody's swimming. So the house is quiet today. And George has been out and about, and he's been very, very affectionate to me lately, which is quite nice because he's usually very standoffish. It's Garrett's cat. And Missy is just, I don't need to say any more than that. Missy's Missy. How's the plant?
My plants are doing quite well. My rubber tree, well, I tried to propagate 2 of the clippings from my rubber tree, and one developed 1 root, and the other one has done nothing so far. So I think that was a wash. But I've got lots of leaves from just clipping the one. So that's exciting. And then I need to get some perlite and orchid bark so that way I can, and pots, so I can start potting my monstera, because I have like 3 clippings that have some good roots. And one of the clippings that I have is also, not only did it grow some roots, but it grew like 2 new leaves. So that is super exciting.
Oh, that's very good.
I know.
Fantastic. Yay.
Yeah, I admire people who can do plants. I think that's
you and me both, Tiffany.
Look, I just, again, you don't
If
overwater
Garrett
it.
hadn't said to me today, don't forget to change the cat's water.
yeah, I think it's a lost cause. I'm trust me.
No.
Jill said, kitty. Meg said, most of NetGalley seems to be romance, romantasy, and thrillers. Middle grade does seem to be getting more popular in NetGalley as well.
I think because those are the genres of choice right now on Book Talk and all that nonsense or whatever, right? So, hi, Missy.
Esther Jane said, and I find libraries have less and less cozies on the shelves, or in my case, Libby.
You're not wrong, Esther Jane.
I know. Jill said, I'm 100% in agreement. I hate when they change the title. I agree. I'm trying to train myself to look on other editions of the books to see if it has one with a different title. I know, but I never think of that.
Yeah.
Geeks Love Dogs said, good evening, book people. Good evening.
Okay, I really like your name.
That's fun.
That is so cute.
Oh, and your image is delightful.
Yeah. Christy said, seems like a money grab to change the title and cover, almost like they're trying to trick existing fans into rebuying the same book so they can get money again without
oh my gosh.
Exactly.
or time to end.
That's a huge complaint with special editions. Like, how many editions of Fourth Wing are there?
Not every book needs a special edition.
And like the problem with the sprayed edges, as much as I love them, the problem with them is for some of them, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like the book. and the sprayed edges are more expensive.
Oh.
And I'm talking more like the romantasy books, because some of them
Right.
have been really missed for me. So I'm like, I want the pretty sprayed edges. I don't want to miss out on them, but I'm also terrified that I'm going to hate the book and then I'm out this money.
Yeah.
To me, and I think this is how it started, and this is how it should have stayed, but I guess they understood that they were getting money off of it, that a book comes out, it does really well, like Fourth Wing. People seem to love it. Okay, now we're going to release a special edition. Not the book is published as a special edition. Does that make sense?
Yes. But now the new thing is do the special edition, have it go for a limited time, and then it's regular.
Yeah.
It's like Shield of Sparrows. I didn't buy it right away because I was like, I don't know. And then people kept raving about it. So then I bought it and I missed out on the pretty sprayed edges because unless I want to spend like $100 on Pango for it, because people are now taking their book with the sprayed edges that is no longer on the market and they spent $25, $30 on it. And now they're charging $100 for it.
And they probably bought multiple copies just so they could do that.
Yeah. Like I know someone that I saw on Pango posted their first edition sprayed edge of Fourth Wing for $400.
That's ludicrous. I was in my bookstore, this was a couple months ago, and I think it's the 20th anniversary of The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna.
Mm-hmm.
And they re-released a brand new edition, like special. That made sense to me.
That I get.
Right?
Totally.
Like, I get that. But I'm kind of over now a book coming out and being like, oh, it's a special edition. Like, it's a money grab. Same as everything, right?
And I definitely agree with money grab for the special editions, specifically, like we just said, when they're first coming out. I could see anniversary, 30 year, all the, I mean,
100%.
Club doing the 40th year anniversary. Absolutely.
That was the first book published in however long.
I mean, or even if one does really well, and then, like you said, with the, Shield of Spirit, whatever that is. But and to what Christy said, I'm sure that does happen where people are, doing it to save themselves some work. I do think a lot of the times when this is happening, when the title and cover are changing, are books from, like, I'm talking 70s and 80s. Debbie May Comber's
They're books that were previously out of
and
print.
their covers are just ridiculous,
Dated
to what to what we see now. So they wanted to update them. Now, I mean, it's still a money grab in the essence, if it's a red book, but I don't think they're doing with the malicious intent to trick. Now, I'm not saying that there are some that would, but I do think it's, because some of those books because we judge books by covers. I wouldn't look at some of those books from Debbie May Comber from the 80s and be like, oh yeah, I'll grab that now. So I do think that they needed to be updated in that sense.
Absolutely. But, like, for example, perfect one, it came out last year, Summer on the Ranch by Susan Mallory. I know it was one of her old categories published. Summer on the Ranch has got that really cute, very traditional that we think of now with the cartoony cover, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was originally published as, I think it was a special edition novel from Harlequin, as A Royal Baby on the Way. Most people would not pick that up at all, but they would pick up Summer on the Ranch. Right.
Mm-hmm. Especially after Done and Dusted and Elsie Silver, like cowboy romances have had a surge now.
Right, exactly. So I understand why they're doing it. And I'm glad that right there on Goodreads, right at the bottom, it says previously published as.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as long as they put that there so you're aware, you're good.
Agree. I lost my spot. Hey, Jess. Cozy Fan Bim says, happy Sunday. My team made mac and cheese and biscuits for dinner. I just finished The Romance Revival by Christina Lauren. Ooh, I was going to ask, how was it?
Nice.
I love Christina Lauren. Well, actually, they're hit or miss. I should not say I love them. I do. The books I've really liked, but the books I haven't, I really haven't. So maybe they're more hit or miss. I'm starting an Infinite Love Story by Chanel Clayton now. But it is good to know that you enjoyed their first one or their new one. I'm glad.
I didn't realize Chanel Clayton had a new one out.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a lot of space books lately. Because this is a space book.
Oh.
An astronaut.
I feel like everything goes through, trends. I feel
Cycles.
like, in thrillers, like you're seeing trad wife stuff. and you are seeing like
Influencer.
realtor buying houses. I've seen like several new ones that are like, you know, some buyer beware and best off, but it's all like house buying sort of things. I just think, you know, I think like everything, it just, there's always these trends. So that's interesting. I hope everyone has a cozy week.
You too.
Publishers follow the fad, and it seems romantasy and cozy. Every other mysteries or romance with a spot of mystery. True.
Right.
True. Nora Roberts was definitely one of my favorite. I read so many of her series. Blood Brothers and In the Garden series were some of my favorite. Yeah. There's a lot of Nora fans in here, Kat. I know that, I don't know if they did it last year, but there's some people in our group that do a Nora in November. Cajun said, right, if people can't afford it or feel it is a reasonable price, that does not mean that there are fewer readers. I don't see how the publishers don't get that, right?
Yes.
I agree. I read so much when I was growing up. I lived in Chicago too, because I had so much time while traveling, for sure. Nice. Well, Farfig Newton, I'm having trouble with, there we go. Meg said, Jess, I hope to read the Romance Revival soon. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Kat, I love her books. I've been reading them since the late 90s, talking about Nora. I don't read as much romance as I used to because I miss so many of my favorites. Nora, Jude Devereaux, Joanna Lindsay, Sandra Brown, Linda Leon Miller, Amanda Quick, Jane Ann Krentz. I have read a lot of Jude and Linda Leon Miller, but it's been a long time.
Yep. Julia Garwood is also one to be added. Julie Garwood and Lavrell Spencer. Yep.
They price them high and then wonder why readership of certain book types go down. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I tend to stick to under $5 for my ebooks because I read so much. Exactly, Meg. Yeah.
Sale.
Yep.
And Cajun said, exactly, Storm. Yep. I do have KU, but I have to admit that there are months where I don't read as many KU books to make the membership worth it. But also, I keep hoping that I will. I am so guilty of that, Meg.
But I feel like it balances out. Like, if I read 1 or 2 a month, then I feel like, okay, I'm getting my money's worth then, in the sense that that's about how much a Kindle book would cost anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard because like it's not like they can tell you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I don't know what's got him freaked out. But Sarah, I agree wholeheartedly. I take brain breaks at work once per hour to refresh and get ready for the next task. I'm told I'm the highest producer on my team, so it's not like anything is even suffering for it. Absolutely.
I'm exactly the same. I pulled the highest numbers for our group last month, and after every major task, I take about 5 minutes and I read half a chapter of my book. Unless it was month end, then it was just crazy last week, so I didn't do any of that.
Christy said, my Lego orchard is looking beautiful today. White plants or flowers while I'm on chemo. Oh, gotcha.
No, that's
Lego orchard. I love that.
I think that's fantastic.
I like that Christy, you found a way to still have your plants. I love that for you. I really, really love that for you. I love plants and find them very soothing to be around. I loved getting to wander around the Botanic Gardens on a trip to DC and a trip to the Como Zoo, but I am not good at keeping plants alive. And then she said, so I have a huge appreciation and love for plants, but my green thumb isn't very good. Feel this very much so. I missed out on the special edition of Shield of Sparrows as well as The Night and the Moth.
See, I got the special edition of The Night and the Moth. I read it. I enjoyed it. And then I did sell it on Pingo. And I charged like $25, $30 for it, which is about how much I spent for new. Like I could have charged more and someone probably would have bought it still. But I was like, I don't want to be that person. And I typically don't like it was in really good condition. I typically don't charge like $25-$30 for a book that I've already read. I typically
But-
charge, you know, because I feel like that's the point of Pango, is trying to find nicer books cheaper. But it was a book that, in the purge of things after my apartment had all this water come into it from the roof, I had to go, is this something that I really, really am going to reread? Probably not. It needs to go.
I don't know. Yeah.
And somebody probably got a deal on it.
Oh, they
sure.
for sure got a deal on it.
So there you go. You made somebody's day.
So
Sure you did if people were charging a bunch more.
well, they were charging $100 for that.
Oh yeah. See? Yeah. Also book subscription have elusive chapters really irritates me. It seems disrespectful and saying to people that can't afford or just don't want to subscribe, oh, you're not worthy of the whole story. I will go back up to, I didn't miss Kim. I was just wanting to finish her thoughts.
Yeah.
Cajun, I agree, especially when I was starting to hear nothing that I really read was affected, but especially in I feel like it was romantasy maybe the most. But
Sarah J. Maas.
Target would be like, we have this special edition that has this chapter, but then this company is going to, and it wouldn't even just be one. It would be like, if you wanted to read it all, it would be several different. And I think that is really money grabbing.
Sarah J. Maas had that with a couple of her Crescent City books, where it was like Walmart had one exclusive chapter, Target had a different one, Barnes and Nobles had a different one, and it's like, who is gonna? No one can afford that.
The other thing, they do that in music as well, and I noticed it primarily. I saw it actually with on social media with the new Taylor Swift album. That Target got an album, like a variant of the album, and Walmart got a variant. Fine and dandy. Canada got nothing. So us as Canadians see all this stuff but can't get it. Even if we wanted to, right? So that again, with everything being so worldwide now, and I can see anything anywhere in the world at a touch of a button. It's really, like you said, Tiffany. It's just unreasonable for them to, and it's a money grab. I mean, Taylor's the queen of the money grab. I love her music, but she's the queen of the money grab.
And I understand it's a business, but at the same time,
100%.
Somebody doing that for all these different editions,
right,
is it just nobody's going to do it except maybe the book people that are influencers or whatever, but nobody else is going to really do that. And it almost makes me has the almost opposite effect. I don't want to buy any of them at that point, because I agree with Cation. It feels like you're well, if you don't purchase all of them, you're not worthy of all the book or something like that. I'm just saying that's how I perceive it. I agree. I feel like the same as Cation, but it makes me not want to buy any of them. You know what I mean? I'll be dig my heels in and be like, okay, I don't give you any money. Then,
right.
Because I don't know. I'm probably going to go with one of the single books so I can get 3 off my list. That makes sense.
Oh, that's smart.
Yep.
Christy said, yes, it needs to be clearly labeled as previously published as. For
Agreed.
sure, Christy. For sure. Jill said, the problem, Sarah, I probably wouldn't think to check good. That is 100% my problem.
That is fair.
I just realized we were really late, but we've had some
good discussion.
Yeah.
So we had some longer sprints before, so it's okay. But okay, so we are, let me
Oh, cute.
That's fun.
Yeah. So I will put us to the top of the hour, and happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Reading.
How was everybody's sprints?
Good. I got about 2.5 chapters done of the Amish story. I will finish it tonight.
Excellent.
How about you, Emily?
I got up because I just needed to move. So I grabbed some water, I grabbed some watermelon, and then I got to page 110 in my book. And then I grabbed just for the plot because I had to show off.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that is pretty.
They're baseballs because he's a baseball player, and books. I'm assuming she's either a reader or does something in publishing because they're sitting there reading books on the cover. So
Cute.
Yeah.
So rules for the summer is
yes.
Oh, I like that one too. I like the colors on that. That's cute.
I mean, I love it. It's beautiful, but I am never going to read it, so I want it to go to somebody who will.
It's so pretty. How about you, Tiffany?
I read a couple chapters in Dressed to Confess. So I'm really enjoying it. It's cracking me up. They're having the board game festival, and then her dad. So the main character in this series, her family owned a costume shop. Her mother died when she was very young, so she's been raised by her dad in this costume shop, and she had told him when she was like 18 that that's what she wanted to do was, work at the costume shop. And he's like, well, I just want to make sure that that's not what you want to do because it's the only thing you know. So I need you to go out and kind of spread your wings a little bit. And then if you decide you want to come back, that's fine. So this series takes place in Nevada, which there's hardly any Nevada cozies. So that's fun. And so she had been working in Vegas, and in book 1, he had a heart attack. And so she had come back. Well, now she's been back, and working at the shop. And so her dad, since she's back and running the shop, he's been doing a little more stuff on his own. And he oftentimes he's going off and looking for new costumes for the shop, but he's a really big conspiracy theorist. And so now in this one, it's a board game festival, and he's trying to set up a table about how a lot of board games are conspiracy theorists by the government trying to force war down your throat. Things like Risk and Monopoly's all about forcing capitalism, and each one he has a reason. Battleship, he's like, enough said. And it's cracking me up. She's like, Dad, you cannot. And he's like, no, the not the readers. He's like, the public has a right to know. So he wants to start this newsletter called Spicy Acorns. And she's like, what? And he's like, no, keep looking. And basically it spells out conspiracy, but in the wrong order.
Oh, that's really fun.
Terrible. Her dad is hilarious. He went to Area 51 in one book. He's just a mess. And I love it. I really wish there was more in this series. It's really underrated. So there is some space cozy mysteries coming out too. Oh,
really?
Oh my goodness.
Jill said, I'm a Nora fan too. I don't have Kindle. I have Barnes and Noble Nook. Gotcha. Christy said, hearing someone mention Laverle Spencer reminds me of when I read her book, That Camden Summer. It was so different than anything I've read before or read at the time, but I was sucked in and loved it. Would still recommend considering trigger warnings.
Yeah.
I definitely don't have a green thumb. Listen, Joe, we're in the same boat, my friend. Meg said, Cajun, I agree about the exclusive chapters. It gets to be ridiculous. Not everyone can afford and or has the room for all the special editions available. Yes. And I think it's meant to feel exclusive in the way that, I think the only people who would maybe buy every edition are influencers. And so it does feel like it's like an exclusive party at that point.
What also
everybody has access to it, but they know that most people aren't going to. It's going to be the people who, make their living off showing books. And so they buy all these edition copies. And then at that point, it feels like an exclusive club.
Right. What also irritates me, and this is a me issue, I understand that, and I got to get over it. So as a teacher on taxes, I can only claim $300. That's it. Like if I spend more than $300 on stuff for my classroom, I cannot write it off of my taxes as an expense.
As a business expense. Okay.
Whereas other people will be like, oh, if I buy a book, it's for content. I write it off my taxes. And so then
Okay.
they could, and good for them. But I'm like, you can write off so much more than I can. And it's so irritating to me.
Yeah.
Again, it's a me issue, but it's like this is a flaw in our system.
No, but that's a yeah. That seems like it should be. Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
I agree. I do have several editions for some books, but no way I can afford to get them all, nor do I have unlimited space to shelve them. Absolutely. Jill said, oh, that picture reminds me of Frank and I going to Johnny Rockets, which was a 50 scene. Oh, that's awesome, Jill. Ooh. Esther Jane got to 93%.
Well done, Esther Jane.
Asian got to 87%.
Oh, she'll be
I'm
done.
on 30%. It feels like family. Very nice. I read a few chapters in A New Lease on Death. Are you liking it? Ooh, Kim's at 94%. We have a bunch of people that are
I know, they're gonna finish.
Well
Yeah.
done, guys. It's gonna be a lot of finishes tonight.
I read to page 145 in Evergreen Conservatory. Very nice. Got to 11%. It's a mystery, but no body yet. Gotcha. Didn't read much. 8 PB and J at 25%. Nice storm.
Excellent.
I don't like J with my PB. I think it's a texture thing.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Emily, if you enjoy plants and magic, you might like this series I've been reading. The first book is called Evergreen Academy, and it's about magical botanists. Jill said, no reading this print, cleaned up dishes, started folding a load of laundry. Very productive, Jill. We go to Johnny Rockets just about every time I go to the villages to visit my daddy and Nelda. It's right across the street from where we go sit and read. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Hey, Susan. She said, good evening, all. Pray everyone had a great weekend. I hope you're doing well, Susan. It's good to see you. 54% my audiobook.
Well done.
Nice. We are caught up on comments. So I say we do one more sprint. It's perfect. We'll read till 7:40
Sure.
and then come back and wrap up. Is that good with everybody?
That works for me.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That's
cute.
fun too.
Okay. So let me change this banner to 40. And happy reading, everyone.
Happy
Happy
reading.
reading.
How was everybody's sprints?
Good. I finished my book.
Oh,
Yeah.
let us celebrate.
4 stars. I enjoyed it. And I have this feeling, because it's the author's first book, and with how Harlequin works, I'm thinking like they offered her a 1-book contract. So she wrote the book knowing in her head that she had other stories she wanted to tell. And maybe that's why it's not technically a series. Does that make sense?
Could be.
You know, and then it sold and she did well. Then they're like, hey, we'll get another couple books. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
How'd you do, Emily?
Good. I was trying to finish the chapter.
Oh.
That's why I wasn't like, because I had like a paragraph. So I was like, let me quick finish. So I got to page 142.
Nice.
So
Well done.
how about
Nice.
you, Tiffany?
I watched some YouTube. I did not read that sprint.
Absolutely.
Think I've got to the capacity of my eyeballs today.
Yep.
So before we wrap up, well, we'll catch up on comments, and then we'll talk about what everybody's got going on. Susan said, Sarah, I really do like the new name of your channel.
Thank you.
More peanut butter and marshmallow.
Ooh.
I like this ambiance. Oh, good, Anita. I love that.
I was at
man.
I was at the grocery store the other day, and it's like a more fancy grocery store. You know what I mean? I went in to go see what they had, and they do marshmallows. Like they make flavored marshmallows, and I'm a marshmallow junkie. And I got one that's birthday cake flavored. So they have sprinkles on them and like a little bit of icing on the top. It legitimately tastes like a piece of like, I call it sprinkle cake or confetti cake. That's literally what, and they're so good. I'm like, I got to put these away because I'm going to eat the whole container.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Occasions. Oh man, now I want peanut butter.
Right.
Jill said, I love the picture. Good. That makes me happy. How many of you had a drive-in movie experience? I certainly did. I love the drive-in.
I've never been to a drive-in movie.
I've never been either.
Oh, I love it.
We've been deprived, Emily.
I know. I don't think I've ever lived near a place that did drive-ins.
Same.
So
Same.
It's so fun. Oh, it's really an experience. It's really fun.
No, I can't say that. It wasn't a drive-through, but downtown Toronto, actually the area that Garrett and I met in, it's an outdoor, it's very similar to Times Square, but on a much smaller scale. So it's like a big area in downtown Toronto, but in the summer they used to do movies, free movies, and I did watch Gone with the Wind. So I watched a movie outside that doesn't really count, but it's sort of kind of the same.
Yeah. I mean, like I've done movies in the park, but I haven't done like, driving in the
car. Meg said, Susan, I have a drive-in movie experience. I haven't gone to one since I was a kid, but I do remember how much fun it was. Couldn't tell you what the movie was, though. Yes, it really is a fun experience. Christy said, made my dinner, peaches and cream oatmeal. That sounds good. And yogurt with raspberries at Sprint.
Yum.
Thanks to Sprint. Hope everyone has a great week. Ooh, peaches and cream oatmeal. That sounds really good.
That sounds really good.
Sherry said, thanks to their sprints, got to 16%. Excellent. Just finished. Woo. Oh my gosh, let us celebrate.
Yay.
Esther Jane, congrats.
Yay. Okay.
Ooh, Cation got to 96%.
And
Excellent.
she's now done.
Yep.
And 2 minutes later, she's done.
Anita's story said, great. Anita said, congrats to Sarah.
Thank you.
And then Cation said, yay to Sarah and Esther Jane for finishing.
Thank
I'm
you.
at 40%. It feels like family.
Well done.
I made it to page 185. I'm at 49% in Evergreen Conservatory. Very nice. 96%. So tired. See y'all tomorrow. Kim, that's amazing.
Oh, Kim.
You should finish tonight.
Yep.
Read 16 pages of Theo of Golden. I'm loving it. I've heard nothing but good things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats to everyone who finished their book or will finish soon. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the sprints. I made some great progress on my book. So good. Esther Jane said, thanks. Got to 63% and got my weekly meal prep done and laundry. Very productive.
Very productive. Far more productive than me.
Congrats to anyone who finished a book tonight. Absolutely. We had a drive-in, but I don't remember it. There was a barbecue restaurant right next to it. You could see the screen from the restaurant. Oh, that's fun.
That's cool.
That'd be fun.
Dinner and a show.
Sarah at 7 p.m. Susan.
Yep.
Tomorrow. Good question. Anita said, thanks for the sprints. Everyone have a good night. Be safe. Stay cool. Hope to see y'all soon. You as well.
You too.
And Meg said, thanks for the sprints. Before we wrap up, what do you ladies have coming up on the channels?
Today I'm feeling like I'm getting back to booktube. So today I filmed and posted my July wrap up, and I've already filmed, but I'm going to edit first thing tomorrow morning my August TBR, and then I hope to get maybe some like daily vlogs out this week. So yeah, that's the plan. What about you, Emily?
Awesome.
So I have June and July wrap ups that I need to
Yay.
post. And I also filmed my August TBR. And I have to learn how to edit to post it because I tried something new where like I have these dice that I bought from Barnes & Noble, and like it gives you a prompt and like a genre. So like
fun.
Like secondhand book or borrowed book or new to you, and then the genre.
Romance or whatever. Yeah.
So like I rolled the dice to figure out how many rolls of the dice do I need to roll. And then I rolled the dice to figure out what book I should read. So I had 4 rolls. So like I rolled the dice and I'm like, okay, so now I have to find the book. So I like got up and was filming and grabbed the book.
I see what you're saying.
So like I have to figure out how to edit to cut out the now I'm getting up off the sofa and getting the book. But I purposely filmed it that way because I'm like, this is going to force me to do something that I've been saying for years that I needed to do and learn how to do. And I just have put that off. So now I have to do it.
Well, I'm sure when you pick an editing platform, if you put it in Discord, someone will be able to help you.
Are you going to edit on your computer or your phone?
My computer.
And do you have a Windows?
I have a Windows.
I use, and I believe it's free, and if it's not free, it's $3 a month or something. Clipchamp. I think we talked about it before.
Yes.
It's from Microsoft. I'm telling you, Emily, a monkey could figure it out. It's so easy.
Right. There's Clipchamp, and like Canva will also let you edit video.
Canva will edit. My issue with Canva, now this could just be my system, it will not let me upload video longer than 10 minutes. It kicks it every time. So try your best to see if you can, because I was loving using Canva when I had shorter videos.
Okay. Well, I will then get.
But it could be my internet and my, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, but I'd rather start with something that I know will work than opposed to try the Canva, do it all, and then realize, oops, it did not work.
No.
Yeah.
I can't even upload the video to edit it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to get the video into Canva first.
I hear you.
And I tried both from my phone and on my laptop, and I couldn't do it.
Okay. Well,
that's just my food for thought. You can try it yourself, because if you can't upload it, then you can't go any further than that, right?
Right. So, yeah. So I just need to
actually, Canva is really fun to edit from, and it's really easy too.
Thanks. I will figure it out.
Yep.
And there's YouTube videos that I can sit and watch to help me figure it out too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I just need to do it.
I have I had a short come out yesterday just of I finished All Shook Up. It's the 4th book in the Hometown Hardware. Kairu is in the video because he is in the book, and so I had to include him in the video. So
And
really,
so
like
you.
legitimately, Kairu's in the book?
Kairu, Kevi, myself, and my Meemaw Betty.
Wait,
that I
what
was
book is
talking
this
about.
again?
In the newest All Shook Up, or in the newest Hometown Hardware, it comes out August 11th.
Yay!
My Meemaw has a little bigger part, and Kevi and myself and Kairu are just cameos, but he had to show his enthusiasm. So he's in the short showing how excited he is.
I think that is delightful.
So it's just a short. And then I have my Cozy Mystery wrap up coming up, and I have my romance wrap up, which I always do is a short for the romance wrap up, but just yes, no, or maybe for all the romance books I read. And then my other long form video this week is my update on my half of the year for where I'm at with new series that I
Gotcha.
was that I had started at the beginning of the year. So so that is fun. And I think that's it for me. Let me see. Jill said the drive-in movie I saw with my sister and one of her girlfriends and my dad. It was the first Beatles movie. Okay, that's cool.
Mhm.
That's really cool. Oh, we got a new occasion finished, but hold on, we shall celebrate.
Well done,
It
Cajun.
ended at
Officially a
97%
reading
yes
sprint.
with author notes, etc. I hate when they count that as part of the book. Yeah,
Mhm.
when especially like there's been times where I'm like, oh, I have a half an hour left. I just can't stay awake any longer. And then like the next day I'll get up and it'll be like 2 pages left, and then the rest is like that. And I'm like, are you kidding?
Well, that's
too
basically
bad.
almost every Harlequin book, because like the one I just read, it ended at 94%. And then it's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
first chapter of another book, right?
Yes, that is what I hate too.
Yep.
Yep.
Thanks for the sprints. Always fun. Thanks, Jill. Good night. Thanks for the sprints. Thanks, Angela. And then Meg said occasionally, yeah, that is annoying. Yes. Susan said, Emily, your top is very becoming.
So I got to tell you a funny story about this. So this is a high-low dress, and the back is like a mesh like back. Well, when I tried it on, when I bought this back in 2019, I tried it on backwards, not knowing it was backwards. And the woman at Lane Bryant was like, "Oh, that looks really good." She didn't know it was on backwards either. Okay. So I go to check it out, and then I discovered the tag. So then this became like known as my reversible dress. And I wore this like when I used to sing in a barbershop chorus. So I wore it like how I'm wearing it now, like for this dinner after competition. And they're like, go change your dress so we could see it in reverse. So then I went to the bathroom and quick turned it around and changed it. And they're like, we actually kind of like it backwards better. I'm like, I know, but it just looks funny because then the front will be longer than the back.
Right.
So I get a kick out of that whenever I wear this dress.
That's adorable.
That's hilarious. Thanks, Jill. Yeah, it's really fun. Christy said, I went to the drive-in when I was a kid to see the Star Wars movies. Took my kids to the same drive-in when they were kids several times. Prefer it to the theater. Most definitely.
My husband would approve of that message.
I love the drive-in. Okay, so tomorrow, sprints on Sarah's channel at 7 p.m.
Yep.
And thanks to Fiona and Blake. Is that it?
Yep. Storm was in the chat.
Storm in the chat on her vacay. And so to here, of course, Sarah and Emily, thank you guys very much for joining us. Everybody, thank you for spending your Sunday with us. And we shall see you all tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Emily.